All right, guys, I made a video a few days ago, I don't know, a week ago, about the real reason expats leave Costa Rica after 2 years. That video's all over the internet, people talking about the reasons, why people leave Costa Rica, what's the fault of Costa Rica that just forced people to leave. Anyway, stay tuned, this is going to be a good one. This is actually a big cup of coffee video. All right, anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, so go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to the vacation of a lifetime. We're like you having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. Hey man, if you appreciate these videos, this perspective on Costa Rica, kind of the real deal, show your appreciation, please, and hit that subscribe button. It's very, very helpful. Okay, so here's what happened. So I made this video, like I said, a week ago, the real reasons expats leave Costa Rica after 2 years. And I gave my perspective and what I thought about that. But what happened, I started thinking about that video. I started thinking about my life here. And, I've lived here 15 years. And I was thinking, wow, look at, all these reasons that people leave. They happen to me. Should I even be here? Maybe I should have left. Maybe I should have left Costa Rica. So I started kind of reflecting on my life here. So I think you're going to hear a lot of stuff that might coincide with some of these other videos about why people leave. I want you to stay to the end of this video, because if you don't stay to the end of this video, it almost isn't going to make sense. And at least fast forward to it at some point maybe or something, okay? So anyway, let's kind of unpack some of this, all right? Let's unpack some of this. So you hear some people leave Costa Rica because of some of just the minor annoyances that they just can't take. And I kind of get it. What are those minor annoyances? Those are constantly barking dogs, weed whackers at 6 in the morning, constant red tape and bureaucracy here, constant red tape. You're standing in long lines, seems like all the time. Bad service at restaurants, the bugs, the rain. I don't think those are reasons to leave, but I do get how those can kind of just start weighing on you, this constant, the consistency of the barking dogs never stopping. I even made a video about that. So I kind of get that, but you see that in some of the reasons. Now, the next two, again, looking back on my life, I can totally see why people would leave. So I came down here with my partner. We lived in Las Vegas together. Yes, gay partner, whatever. From Las Vegas, we came here together 15 years ago. Now, within 3 months of moving to Costa Rica, we knew we got ripped off. I was taken for thousands of dollars. I was deceived by supposedly a friend, whatever. All that, just sad story of not doing my own checks and balances, and I got used, abused, and spit out. So why we came down here totally fell apart within 3 months. That business wasn't going to happen. We weren't going to be able to make money. Not only that, we lost money. The whole thing was just, it's terrible. You come down to another country and realize why you came down here, not going to happen. Not fun. Also, within those about the 5th year, my partnership, as far as, a relationship with D'Angelo, fell apart and we separated, And so now, think about that. The reason we came down here to start a business totally didn't happen, totally lost that. And then you lose that person. You come down here with your partner, your husband, your wife, and you lose them as well too. So very hard to take. Now, I had a couple minor relationships after that, but again, very minor. And basically, just the fact I live alone in a foreign country, some people maybe not be able to put up with even that. So those were two big things that happened, and a lot of people talk about those reasons why they leave. It just, the business did not work out. relationship issues, whatever. So those were the two super big ones. This other one, you're going to be going, Michael, come on, man. But it's true. I have, man, I don't know what, ever since I was a kid, I've just had skin issues, man. I don't know, skin issues. I just stopped getting zits on my face last year when I turned 60, man. What is that? Oh, look at this. Baby smooth now. But who cares? Who cares? So I've had everything down here. I've had leishmaniasis. Look that crap up. That was not fun. It's a sandfly. I got shots every day in 2 places in my leg. 5 shots in one where the sandfly stung me, and 2 in the other one for a month and a half. I also got that botfly. You ever seen those videos where they pull, they put Vaseline over it, it can't breathe, and it looks like a big maggot, and it comes? I had that. That's nothing. I also got just rashes, too many to count. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because, do you remember back in the day when doctors used to tell people like that had asthma or allergies, they'd say, well, maybe you should move, maybe you could, go to a drier climate. Now, I don't know if they say things like that anymore, but it's almost like, Michael, if you would like to have, more healthy skin, can you hear those barking dogs? Anyway, it's almost like a doctor going, Michael, if you'd like to have a more healthy skin, you need to get out of the tropics. So that's how bad my skin is. It's almost like, why am I here? Putting up with that. So that's another reason. Maybe I should have left. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have known this, but I think the worst thing in life to do is moving. I've moved in 15 years. I've moved 11 times here. 11. I didn't even do that. That's double over how many times I moved in my entire life prior. 45 years. I think I moved very little. I hate moving. I was raised in one house. I stayed in that house for 20 some years. I go to the next one. I mean, I was always kind of in a place for a while. I've moved 11 times here. 11. Whew. Now another one is this residency thing that I'm still going through, and that's a later video, but I'm still going through that, and it gets to almost to the point of it's more bother than it's worth. Why am I putting up with that? Why don't I just leave, man? Go back to the United States where I'm wanted and I don't have to worry about all this residency. So all this paperwork, residency is cumbersome. It's extremely, I believe, stressful. And ditto, other people, not just a resident, but being a perpetual tourist. That's where you leave every 3 months, get your passport stamped. Got videos on that, not going to get into it now. But that's also can be stressful, knowing that you're legal, but you're not, but you're living here, you've been here, a number of years, and it's just kind of, there's something weighing on the back of your mind where it causes, I think, a little bit of stress. So that's another thing. Why am I putting up with that? Why would I do perpetual tourism? Why am I trying to get my residency? It's like, that seems like it could be a decent reason to leave. Now, this one, this is going to be too much information. I don't want to give too much information, and I don't want to make you feel bad, but it's just, it is what it is, right? So these are personal issues, okay? Personal issues. I was kind of a bad drunk for a long time here, okay? I was a bad drunk. I had issues. I've been arrested a couple times, twice in the same night. What's that about? This was a while back, so calm down. I also dealt with any alcoholic or anybody getting over anything, whether it's drugs or anything, gambling. That's not the real issue, right? You're forced to look at the real issue of why you're drinking so much or why you gamble so much or whatever it is. That's when actually the hard part comes in. And, I also dealt with my own personal issues on that. So I had a lot of kind of mental things going on. I don't want to get into like saying depression, but kind of that. My daughter died as well, New Year's Eve 2019 going into 2020 from a accidental opiate overdose. And my point of telling you all these little things is I dealt with all these things, all of them, by myself. There was nobody here to kind of help. So on some of these issues, you have to go into the attic yourself. You know, when you're dealing with your own issues, you have to go down in the basement yourself. Nobody can handhold you, and you have to face yourself, right? But the bigger issue here is being in another country, and you're not circled really with family. You're not circled with maybe a support system, and that's kind of more of the issue there. So dealing with all these things, you know, I don't know, maybe being around, you know, loved ones might be a better thing. So again, I can see why people might leave, you know, because of those things that can happen within your family or with yourself, and that. Please don't write me on those. I'd appreciate it, okay? I mean, I know, I'm sorry. I know, just let's keep those out of the comments. I'd appreciate it. Now, with all this stuff, with this 15 years of all these things, all these big issues, I would consider these big issues. I bet most people couldn't take all these issues. Well, that's not fair. I'm just saying a lot of people would leave for a lot less, right? I never once considered leaving Costa Rica, not once. Never. Ever. Now, in the beginning, when we lost the reason we came down here, we definitely had to find a reason. We didn't have, not independently wealthy. We had to find a way to make money. And, you know, a creator needs to create. And I'm definitely a creative type of person. I need to do something. If I'm not creating, it's death to me. It's freaking death. And so, Costa Rica Travel Costa Rica Now did that for us. We kind of lucked into this making video thing. Now all of a sudden we're a travel agency thing. It gave us focus. It gave us drive. It gave us, you know, a way to create, to nurture, to grow business, a reason to wake up. And this probably is the biggest key thing in all of this. To me, that's probably the most important thing that you need to find down here. You need to find your purpose. Now, again, we found this thing, but, you know, we needed money. Now, I have never chased money, ever. I'm not motivated by money, because when you chase money, it runs. It runs. You never catch it. So, and I think when you focus only on the money aspect of the framework of life, I think you miss the much bigger picture of what life is all about. So I kind of go with that whole cliche, you know, the total cliche, follow your passion and the money will come. And I did that before in my, my job in Vegas. I created my own business there, worked very hard, and it was successful, and I just was following my passion. Well, the same thing happened here. So I want to say, with all the things I told you, I really believe that the fact we got on, you know, we had a reason to wake up in the morning to keep working on this stuff. It's been like 12 years, man, poco a poco. So that was very important. So everything else in Costa Rica has been like an adventure. You know, it's an adventure. You know, in the last couple years, I've been this close to living under a freeway. You know, COVID, like everybody, a lot of people, it killed me. Obviously, the travel business was crushed. But you know what, man? Nothing gives you more perspective and some sort of, I don't know, like a meaning, the meaning of life, of what's important. You know, it's kind of, in a weird way, almost exciting that you got to figure shit out. Do you want to be under a freeway? Or do you want to go back? When I had to have left, do I need to leave Costa Rica because I just can't make it anymore? No, man, I got to figure it out. And I kind of like that. So to me, the whole thing has been an adventure. And Costa Rica has been great, making itself like my kind of instrumental in my, I don't know, my growing or something. So to me, this has all just been, Costa Rica's given me the backdrop to confront all these things in my life, because all these things I just mentioned are life. It's life. It's not Costa Rica. Nobody leaves Costa Rica because of Costa Rica. You leave Costa Rica because you. So anyway, I don't know what this all means, man. I just wanted to get it out there because it was bothering me. I told you before, when I start thinking about something, I have to say it. So I would only leave Costa Rica for 3 reasons. 3 reasons. In a box, number 2, Costa Rica kicks me out. They finally go, man, we've had it with this dude. You're gone. And I do think about that. Actually, I do think that could almost be a truth. And then the 3rd reason would just be if somehow my focus changed. Let's say, for instance, I wanted to expand the business to include Nicaragua, which we used to think about. So maybe I go live in Nicaragua to work over there on kind of the similar thing of making videos. So other than that, I'm dying here, man. I'm dying here. So I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that gives you any perspective or any sort of motivation or any sort of will to go anywhere, because it's definitely not Costa Rica. It's you, right? It's you. It's an adventure, man. We need an adventure. We need to conquer. We need to feel like we have some sort of meaning in this life and worth in this life. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. I'm pretty sure that probably helped me a lot more than it helped you. All right, things are going to pop up, man. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, you should do your homework. And if you're coming to Costa Rica, I have good stuff, and they're popping up right now. So get that big cup of coffee and get to binge watching my stuff. All right, man.